Okay, guys, we're going to go ahead and look at this StarCraft 2 balance patch, or not balance patch, update, basically, about the game. And we're going to go ahead and see exactly what the deal is and why everybody is freaking out. Alright, well, let's go ahead and take a look here. Let me go ahead and capture this thing. Why is everybody flipping a shit? Let's find out. Alright. So we're going to bring this thing up. We're going to take a look at it. Okay. StarCraft 2 update, October 15, 2020. Okay. To the StarCraft community. StarCraft's one of a kind. We're committed to making sure that those of you who love this universe, like we do, have a home here for many years to come. Okay, so let me sum this up real quick. All right, this first comment. All right, let me go ahead and bring up another webcam view here so you guys can look at me here. Let's copy this one. Paste. Okay. All right. Let's bring that down there. It's kind of in the middle of the chat there. All right. So, StarCraft is a one of a kind, and we're committed to making sure that those of you who love this universe, like we do, have a home here for many years to come. So, number one thing is I'm going to look at the comments. This is what I saw before I actually read the actual news, okay? Sell the rights to someone else. What? What's going on here? Target's court of Blizzard. Gonna call BS on that. Okay, what's going on? Activision tried to kill the MechWarrior franchise and FAFSA. Oh my god! J-Dubs, if you're out there, man, I fucking love you. He mentioned MechWarrior in Activision because MechWarrior ended up, being MechWarrior 2 was created by Activision, by the way, and it's a great game, awesome old school game. This is my comment. StarCraft 3 comes. I'm gonna get to that, okay? But as you can see, as you're reading these, a lot of people are very, very, very upset by what was said here, okay? You can see all these comments. Why didn't you just shut it off years ago? Blah, 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 this and that. Everybody's just... Let me go grab my pitchfork and just start at it. Okay, but anyways, let's go back here and let's take a look at this. You can see there's a lot of hatred behind this post. But the first thing I read, very carefully, alright, is that we do have a home here for many years to come. Many years. Many years. Okay? Brood War stopped getting any kind of updates for the longest time. StarCraft Brood War, okay? It stopped getting updates for like 10 years. It got nothing. It was just this standalone game that people could sit there and play and jump online and play. And guess what? It's still here and it's still going. No matter what happens. Okay? It's still going. Brood War is still going. And guess what? After StarCraft 2 released, they decided to do a remastered of Brood War, which is very nice. Blizzard didn't have to do that. They did it. And they also probably knew it wouldn't pull in a lot of money and traffic anyways, because it's an older game. But they did it anyways. Also, another thing that you guys have to understand here is that when they make an announcement like that, it means that, hey, I think we're going to be okay for a while. Alright? And that's how I'm reading it. A lot of people are reading it differently. With that in mind, we want to let you know about a developmental change we're going to make for StarCraft 2 as we continue to support it for long term. As many of you know, Blizzard continues updating its games long after its initial release. Some of you will remember that we were actively patching the original StarCraft more than 10 years after it first hit store shelves. That is very true, actually. This year, we celebrate 10 years of StarCraft 2 with one of our largest ever patches, the massive update to the editor, Prestige Co-op Commanders. So that was, what was it, 2 years ago or something like that? They came out with like Co-op Commanders and all that cool stuff. And they really threw a lot of dynamics into the game. They made it free. Okay, keep that in mind. They made the game free, right? People didn't have to buy the game in order to play with the co-op commanders and stuff. And the normal co-op commanders were, like I said, free. They also had Twitch Prime stuff, where you would get commanders for free too. They had quite a bit of stuff that was just like free for StarCraft. All right? And keep in mind that, yeah, you know, they have like a BlizzCon and stuff. I'm going to talk about that here in a minute. Let's go ahead and keep reading some more. But anyways, we're going to continue supporting StarCraft 2 in the same manner as we have with our previous long-standing games, such as Brood War, focusing primarily on what our core and competitive communities care about most. So they know that we do care about watching StarCraft, watching pro players, GSL, ESL, all that cool stuff that's going on. And they said that they're going to be focusing on being able to do that still. All right? What this means is that we're not producing additional for purchase content, such as commanders and war chests, but we will continue doing season roles and necessary balance fixes moving forward. This threw everybody off. Everybody was pissed about this. You're not going to get any more co-op commanders, and you're probably not going to really get any more skins and cool stuff like that. All right? So let's go back into the game real quick. I'm going to jump into the game here. All right? And I'm going to jump right on over to co-op. Right here. Tell me. All right? Tell me. That's a pretty good amount of co-op commanders. I'm sure everybody wants more. But let me ask you something. What other heroes could be a co-op commander? Anybody in chat that's not on that list? Can anybody think of any? Valerian? I guess that's true. Overmind? I don't know about Overmind. A Hyperion Janitor? You tell me. There's not really many more, is there? And you got to understand, too, is that when they came out with co-op commanders, these are all heroes in the game when you played a campaign. Tychus... Didn't Tychus die? Like, I thought Tychus died, man. What about Minx? Didn't he die too? Didn't like Kerrigan blow his head off or something? Maybe we didn't see the very end of it. I don't know. But sometimes it makes you wonder. So they're basically running out of commanders to think about using, and they're basically starting to resurrect the dead. Is the way I'm looking at it. So, what I'm talking about here is that, like, I think Blizzard's running out of ideas for it. So what's the best thing that Blizzard could do? StarCraft 3. Alright? I'm just going to throw it right out there. StarCraft is a monopoly. Okay? There is no other real-time strategy game that is as popular as StarCraft. Okay? There is none. There is none. So let me ask you guys, why would Blizzard throw it away? Why would they throw it away? Okay. Blizzard also signed that they are going to keep doing tournaments for another 3 years. Because of money? Don't you think that would make some money off of like skins and stuff? That doesn't take too long to make, does it? Okay, but you have to keep in mind too that they release a skin once a year. And I can get that skin for $10 for my Terran units. Literally. And so you have to think to yourselves that, is Blizzard really releasing this stuff to make money? I don't think that they were. Honestly. And they don't really have very many heroes left for co-op commanders either, when you think about it. So, what I'm thinking is that they're still passionate. Tournaments are still going to be going on. They're still going to be going. Okay? So let me go ahead and read some more here. Alright. So, on that last note, we're not planning a Q4 balance update, given that we did one a few months ago. But as always, we do plan to continue doing them as needed in the future. StarCraft 2 esports, which is part of the highest echelon of professional competitive gaming, will also continue going strong as it has been through our partners ESL Gaming and GSL. Continue going strong as it has been. Blizzard's not saying, they're saying that there's strength behind this. Okay? That there's strength behind this and that it's going to keep going on for years. So the only thing that I can think of is, why would they want to keep making skins and stuff for the game and try to make co-op commanders when they could just work on StarCraft 3? It's been about that time. It took about 15 years for StarCraft 2 to come out. It's getting close to 15 years after StarCraft 2. So why not a StarCraft 3 and that same timeline? That is what I'm thinking. And a lot of people don't look at it that way. They think that, oh, Blizzard's abandoning us. Blizzard's given up on the game. Yeah, I like my little trinkets and shit too. And I like having my pretty little armor and playing dress up as well in game. But you know what? If they're focusing on something like StarCraft 3, even if it's just StarCraft 2, and they rename it just like fucking Overwatch. Remember when they announced Overwatch 2? And it's just Overwatch, except with new content? What if it's basically StarCraft 2, but with a bunch new content? It's a new game. New balance. We have fucking Goliaths running around now. I'd play that. Hell yeah. I want a fucking Goliath. You know what I mean? You know, so even if they didn't step it up to a new engine and they still use the StarCraft 2 engine and they came out with a new game and they named it that and they named it StarCraft 3 and it was a completely different way to play the RTS with the same good old game, I would buy it. So I wouldn't be too surprised. And we can sit there and be like, oh, this is a dead game, blah, 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 blah. No, it's not. It really isn't. And there's no other game like StarCraft 2. And you guys got to understand that. Or even StarCraft in general. Nothing has been able to compete with this game. So everything else here is a little bit of fluff from the look of things. StarCraft is core to Blizzard, and we've learned that it's a game that can change the lives of people and devote themselves to it. StarCraft is core to Blizzard. Blizzard is saying it that way, okay? They know that this is a core game, and there's nothing like it. So, obviously devote themselves, whether they're a player, content creator, streamer. Oh, streamer. Okay, cool. Or a member of the community or a developer. The outcome of each match is in your hands 100%. No! Okay, now I have all the reason to rage. That means I'm never going to get my seeker missiles and point defense drones back, am I? Oh, God. All right. But anyways, try to look at this positively, guys. Okay? Try to. As much as possible. I know it angers people. I know it's like very upsetting. I can't, there's not going to be these little in-game purchases and stuff anymore. But the game's still there. You still have GSL. You still have tournaments for 3 years. It's still going to keep going, no matter what. And so I'm going to be positive about it, and I'm going to say, hey, there's going to be a new game in the works with StarCraft in mind. Maybe it's not StarCraft 3. Maybe it's StarCraft Ghost. I don't know, okay? But something StarCraft related is going on. Or World of StarCraft, because apparently everybody's memeing that right now. But yeah, be positive, guys. Try to be positive about it. StarCraft's not going anywhere, no matter what. Alright, so let's go ahead and get back and do some games here. Alright.